In their prime, Vettori 28, Whittaker 31, both are 6-footers, not even a fingertip in the reach. Everything about this fight feels close. Here is Bruce with the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. This fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 18 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 186 pounds, fighting out of Mezzo Corona, Italy, presenting the number 2 ranked middleweight contender in the world, Marvin, the Italian Dream, Vettori! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 24 wins, 6 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 186 pounds, fighting out of Sydney, Australia, presenting the former UFC middleweight champion and the number 1 ranked middleweight contender in the world, Robert the Reaper Whittaker! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Jason Herzog, the referee. I love it when Whittaker just pounds his chest there, getting ready to fight. Thank you, Carly. This one is the number 1 versus number 2 against one another.
First round, fight, you ready? Fight, you ready? Fight!
Oh, this fight clock is brought to you by Modelo. If you needed reminding, Vettori, the number 2 ranked, is in the green. The number 1 ranked Whittaker is in the black.
What a co-main event.
Oh no, this is an incredible fight.
And we're seeing them over 3 rounds. I mean, I'd love to see them over 5, but I think we're going to get more volume, a higher pace.
I mean, this is pay-per-view main event almost. You know, it really is. 2 of the best middleweights on the planet. I'm such a fan of both guys. They bring it every single time. I mean, that last fight was incredible, but this will be my pick for fight of the night, simply because both men are just absolute warriors.
Vettori reckoned that the delay in putting this one together actually benefited him. Speaking with Rafael Cordero this week, he said he's mentally and physically just in the best shape he's ever been.
Nasty inside kick there from Vettori.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that Robert's going to have to watch, because he does have a very wide stance, you know, so it does affect the ability to check the leg kicks.
Vettori's been quite dismissive of Whittaker's skills and future in the middleweight division.
I missed that big right hand that Whittaker had landed just as that inside leg kick was going. I can't look 2 places at once, guys.
How do you think I feel?
No,
you're the best.
That was good, Michael.
The question is, when do we see Robert shoot his first takedown attempt? Of course, both men can grapple. Vettori has, you know, good jiu-jitsu as well. But I think Robert has the advantage in, you know, certainly a double leg takedown. We saw him use it to effect against Israel Adesanya. He was able to complete a couple, but didn't really hold him down. And in this fight, I don't really think Robert needs to, but it is a good way of mixing up the attack and keeping your man guessing. So I think we will see it at some point. A nice left hand just got through for Vettori.
Interestingly, Vettori he's ranked number 4 for his takedown accuracy in the division.
Vettori is?
Yeah. And he's very good in top position. On the other side, you don't see Robert Whittaker on the bottom very often.
There's a nice jab, and left hand gets through. That left hand is finding the mark so far for Vettori.
I've just loved Vettori's strike ever since that Jack Hermansson fight where he stepped in on late notice and just took it to him His boxing on that night was phenomenal. Oy.
Nice little power shot there with the left. Tried it again. Now the clinch. Let's see this. Vettori is the bigger man, but we've never really seen Robert Whittaker get out-muscled.
I mean, how many fights with Romero?
Oh, my word.
Yes.
Absolute wars. You know, you forget about that. When you look at the resume of Whittaker, the people that he's been in there with, you know, knocked out Jacare Souza when Jacare was the man, you know. I mean, it's endless. But those two wars with Yoel Romero, I mean, they were special.
And he was a welterweight.
Yeah.
Once. Unreal.
But that helps him. He's fast. He's powerful. He doesn't have to do these ridiculous weight cuts, which allows his gas tank to stay with him over 5 rounds. And then also, he doesn't get tired. He can go a good pace. Those heavy weight cuts drain you as the fight goes on. That's a fact.
Great head movement from Whittaker there.
And it also affects your ability to take a punch. Whittaker's doing a good job of advancing, landing a couple of shots, and using that moment to exit left away from the fence, because Vettori's cutting off the cage, backing him up, but then Robert attacks, and then that's when he makes his escape, for want of a better word. That's when he exits.
It's edge of the seat stuff here in Paris.
And I think the left hand, Michael, is definitely being effective for Vettori when he throws it, because you see, good body kick there from Vettori as well. Whittaker is almost dipping off to his right when he throws these exchanges. He's got to be careful.
Last few seconds in this opening round.
Oh, that's a really good knee.
Watch your fingers on his face when you're pushing off, okay? That draws him out. He's just trying to counter you coming in. Gain and be ready to counter his cross.
Don't let him be first. Don't let him be first. Was good round. You fell him. You already know him. So when you have a distance, your jab is there first. Don't let him throw his jab first. Throw your jab first. What he's looking for his cross. Put your jab fake and counter him out.
That's right. That's right. Draw him out. Go fishing. Draw him out. As soon as he
But touch first. Do the black kid. The black kid. Do the black kid. Do the black kid. Making this fight harder than it is. Hey, what I don't like? What I don't like? That you move your red to the right. Don't do it.
You get 3 rounds.
UFC Fight Pass has a quadruple header this Friday with 4 live events in one action-packed night. Watch the best in combat sports from around the globe, featuring Jorge Masvidal's Icon FC, Cage Fight Series, Budo Senso and LFA, only on UFC Fight Pass. Back to action here in Paris, round number 2 between these two top middleweights.
Extremely close first round. Very, very close.
I knew it would be.
Yeah.
How did you figure that, John?
Yeah, look at the people chiming in. UFC fighters are kind of split so far on who they see that first round going to. I think it's a good idea to pressure some takedowns. Nice work there from Whittaker, just shucks it right off.
I mean, you got to think it's going to be hard to take Whittaker down. I mean, he went in there with Romero over 10 rounds. And Romero never, I think he got him down once or twice, but Whittaker popped back up straight away. You know, and if somebody like Romero is going to struggle, everyone's going to struggle.
And remember, these guys are going to be so sweaty, even in the second round. It's so warm that securing somebody, even if you get the takedown, keeping them there, going to be difficult.
Oh, that's a massive right hand.
That was Robert's best shot so far.
but we know how tough Vettori is.
He's got a chin of...
Well, that's what I like, that Whittaker is also mixing it up to the body. Loves that front kick up the middle.
How heavy do we think Borrachinha was when he fought him at 205? What did he walk into?
No, probably 225, 230 for sure.
Unreal.
And he was whipping some hard shots in, and Vettori didn't even flinch, didn't take a backward step, ate them all, fired right back. It was such an inspiring performance.
Yeah.
Just a little out of range with that there. Again, that's the defensive footwork of Whittaker.
How's the stinger?
Through the guard a bit.
Yeah.
But Marvin, still sturdy. That right hand rocked him too.
His eyes are wider, that's for sure.
Yeah, the speed is an issue right now.
It really is 1% at this level, isn't it?
It really is. Especially at the top of the food chain, like these two are. And it just goes to show how good Israel Adesanya is. You know, he's ruled the roost for so long now. Taking out, well, he's lapping the division, to be honest, you know.
I love that head kick, the way Whittaker throws that right hand. We've seen it so much lately. But he's one of the guys with true flexibility in those hips to be able to throw that over.
I feel like he's cranking it up as well, Paul.
Yeah, he's starting to pick it up. You know, in the first round, got to get a feel, especially for somebody as tough, sturdy as Marvin. You got to really find your openings. You can't just rush in or he's going to crack you.
Just back to a point of the dominance of Israel Adesanya, if you take these two fighters and you go back over the last 13 years combined, the only person that they have lost to is Israel Adesanya.
Wow.
You know, and he's beaten them both twice.
Yeah.
So it wasn't no fluke. Granted, close fights. What was turning it on here, though?
He's looking sharp, setting things up, pumping out good fakes. Just look at the vision of Whittaker, too. He's always so focused, dialed in there. Look at the sweat flying off. I mean, I know we're seeing fights.
Oh, stabbing.
Yeah, that
was
side kick.
Vicious side kick. That'll do damage.
The live odds showing Whittaker at -800.
Wow.
That's me talking about the 1%.
Well, that's because it's been a really good round, and that's predictive of the future and the outcome of the fight.
Last few seconds, we'll be back with round number 3.
Take a water.
We have one more round, okay? It's be third, okay? Be first, he comes back, then be third. You understand? You have to come back in with combinations. You got to risk it.
Make him moving backwards, you know, Marvin. Make him moving backwards. It's too much him, and him.
Exactly.
It's too much for you.
Well, you're close after combinations.
If you want to throw the kick, make him moving back to throw your kick. It's good kick, but not in front of him. Make him moving backwards. We'll wait a little bit to do our things. You first. Be you first.
More on, man.
We have 5 minutes now to bring the victory, okay? I don't want to see you go crazy, but we go a little bit more. We go a little bit more. Let's bring this thing. Bring him. He doesn't have a heart you have. Bring it this.
Final round. You good? You good?
Undefeated wrecking machine Hamzat Chimaev will look to dismantle an OG of the fight game, Nate Diaz, at UFC 279. It's next Saturday, live on ESPN Plus pay-per-view, prelims prior at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN News and ESPN Plus.
Well, Rafael Cordeiro in the corner of Vettori, calling for more action, saying, listen, can't be overly reckless, but we need more. And Cordeiro is absolutely right. His corner, the other cornerman, calling for more action when Whittaker goes in. They want Vettori to immediately counter and go again. That's good. He's going to press the action. He's going to go forward. They just want Vettori, you know, being the aggressor more.
Michael, how difficult is it to go from constantly pacing yourself over for 5-rounders and then you pull back and you're in a 3-rounder?
Oh, I mean, it is an issue because you do kind of have that built-in pace. You know, that when you become so experienced, you're used to that. And that's why they're reminding both fighters, hey, this is the last round.
Right.
Empty the tank. Now it's time to go for it. Whatever you're going to give it now. Because after this round, it's over. There's nothing more.
Certainly adding to the intensity here in Paris. Top of the tree matchup for the 185 division.
Oh my God! How is it? I mean,
Oh, he's
come
dancing.
on!
Oh, he's cracked him again.
And again.
Vittori's chin is insane.
He's got a head of granite, I'm telling you. When Costa was cracking him at the apex, and you can hear it more in the apex, he was echoing around the building. That was the knee to the top of the dome, though. Can't take too many of them.
In and out work from Whittaker.
Oh, he's so slick.
Stimulating some really semi-concussive looking attacks. Is the Reaper.
And the pace never slows for Whittaker. He can stay at this range, his movement. He's just such in control in this particular fight. Marvin's just having trouble with this distance. Can't seem to reach him. He's had moments. He's landed some good right hands, some good kicks himself.
Yeah, he's clearly landed shots, but as the fight progressed, Robert's got the timing down a little bit better.
Still 2 minutes in the third, though.
Oh, he's just mastering the range now.
He's just getting in, landing one shot, and then he gets out the way again. But those one shots, they're not pitter-patter. They're damaging shots. They're knockout potentials. That's a good way to mix it up. As I said before, though, you're going to struggle with Whittaker.
So good here.
1 minute 40 left on the clock.
Zapping the energy as well. Oh, that's a crushing right hand from Whittaker.
Classic 1-2.
And you know what I love about Whittaker is he's not throwing the kitchen sink at you. You know the moves that he is good at. It's that side kick, that beautiful roundhouse kick, and that right hand. And now he's got a jab. He goes to the body, mixes things up, obviously. But his major weapons are those things. It's just he mixes them up and changes the rhythm of it throughout the fight so much. And he's so fast that he continues to land them.
They're his signature tools, and they're on display every single fight. You know, there's nothing new, but he does it at such a high level.
Double.
That was a great takedown. Timed it perfectly.
He's down, you're not going to get him.
Oh, you can punch him, though.
Sure can.
Vittori's looking a bit bloodied and bruised.
Yeah, I mean, Rob's face barely showing anything. Obviously, some redness on that lead leg from some leg kicks from Vettori, but he's face-wise unscathed.
He's never really been a guy that marks up, though, throughout his entire career. I mean, but you're right, though. He's fighting a very smart fighter and not taking too much damage. But generally, he's got very tough skin.
Bit of a skull shaver there for Whittaker to close out. Well, this one goes to the judges' scorecards. Robert Whittaker raises his arm. We'll get the official decision when we come back. 2 weeks from tonight is the next UFC Fight Night offering. Brilliant bantamweights will light up Las Vegas. Well-versed finisher Corey Sandhagen trades hostilities with rising Chinese star Song Yudong. The entire night is live and exclusive on ESPN+. Main card is at 7 p.m. Eastern. Sportsmanship between these two reminds me of the time when Darren Till and Robert had a conversation after their meeting on Fight Island. Let's get this one inside, see how the judges have it. Here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision,